Hello survivors, welcome to the stream guys. Thank you for tuning in. Hope you're having a good day. Feeling good on this Thursday. Today we are finishing the Heart roadmap. I don't know what it's called. It's got 7 more days, but I'm finishing it today. It feels bizarre, but I'm fine with it. I'm fine with it. And then we're going to do our 25 stash pools, and I'm going to see what else I can get from the grey market. I'm going to claim my last princess because I need to actually get her LB3 to be able to do that roadmap. I was going to get her LB3 anyway, but I need to do it to actually do the roadmap. Pretty much as simple as that. Pretty much as simple as that. But I hope everyone's doing well in chat. Thanks for tuning in. What's up, Valiant, Seren, Bretlands, Rosie? Welcome to the stream. Saw something about the mobile outage in the US. Could be, yeah, it could be. We were just talking about that, right? Pretty much. Have you been? I've been up and down. I don't know. I'm not 100%. I don't know what's happening. I'm just kind of aching. That's all. The body aches. That's all that's happening now, at least. I wasn't 100% certain I was going to stream today. It is hot balloons. Okay, my bad. Hot balloons. Those are the collection item for the roadmap. But yeah, I'm hoping that it will just go away. Just go away. I think we can complete the roadmap. We just have to get Princess. Now, I have got kind of fortunate that my team still works when I'm not using Rosita for these, like, more difficult roadmaps. Where am I going? Rotten Romance, last copy of Princess. I should get some of the arrows back for claiming that, right? Not much, but some. And then I think if I make her LB3, I get some back or something like this. Or maybe it's about levels. Because I was going to level her up to max just to get the biggest bonus I could. I think that might be about levels. Let me just have a little check. Because I think I did the passives, or at least I did what I could of the passives. Is it this one? No. Oh no, it is that one. Yeah, it's levels. I've got 5 more level tiers to do. So max would get me some extra. I'll try. I'm not going to do that if I can help it, because I mean it gives 1,250 for the last tier. We'll see. We'll see. But the passives aren't a problem. We've got a couple of passives still to go. Oh no, just one. Okay, it's not too bad. Just the one. She's a damage roll character, right? I can just level up that passive now and get a little bit rewards. As I'm going to use her anyway in this. Okay, she's not using anything yet there. It's just when she gets into the medals, it's like, should I use medals? Should I not use medals? Should I? Shouldn't I? Max? No, I don't want to do max. There we go. Oh, just not enough. Should we do 4? Think that'll be enough. Yeah, there we go, max. So I think that's it. And now I should get double rewards. There's 2 rewards. 3,000. That's actually quite a lot. And that did I not get an advancement on the other thing? That's crazy. Those tiers are requiring too much, unless I've already done it all. Let's check. I don't think I have. I mean, yeah, I have. I've collected 90,000 arrows apparently, so I don't need to level her up anymore. I didn't even need to do her skills, but I do plan just messing around and seeing what I can do there. But we'll do the last stage. She is just LB3 now, and because she's in my roster already and on the team, There we go. Now, you can use faction supporter actually, so I should probably just use a faction support. But I did swap her out with Rosita, and it was just like, questionable. Questionable. That damages. Oh, that's actually interesting to see how the damage works. The initial hit is big enough that... Okay, that's interesting. That's interesting.
Feels good.
Sounds good. Hey, Valiant. Cheers
for the leg up.
For the leg up. You're very welcome, my man. You're very welcome. You did not have to do that, but I do massively appreciate it. Thank you so much. I hope it's still all working all right. I hope it's still working all right. Do let me know if anything goes wrong. The great thing about that game is if things start to go wrong, when you fix it, you've got this thing called power dominance where you get 30% extra stats, so it's just much easier to fix it if you've already completed it once. So there's that. Basically, there's that.
Feels good.
Sounds good. Yeah. Thank you very much, Seren. 3-year anniversary, 36 months. Is Purple 36? I think it is, right? Bretland's going to be disappointed to get that very soon. Sorry, Bretland, but, you know. It's like... It's the way it is, buddy. Oh, my goodness. Was wondering, will there be another map? I have many extra balloons. I don't think there is. All maps done and Sweetie Princess claimed. 150 balloons left over. And then you've got the login calendar, which are going to give you balloons too. So yeah. You don't need to touch the princess to get all the event rewards. I mean, it's fine. I'm probably going to try and make some content with her, you know? I'm going to try. We'll see. What's up, Cygnus? Welcome to the stream, brother. Oh, we killed Angel not last. That's interesting. That's interesting. Angel not last. Who else can we take? Who's juicy? We'll take you. We'll infect you. And then we're going to get you out of the game. See you later, son. We'll do some stuff in the middle here. She's going to absolute defend, most likely. No, just... No damage, though. No damage. Damage? What's that? What is that?
Feels good.
So that's what it tastes in my mouth. Of all the beautiful tastes in the world, you had to choose salt. something. Bretland. 30 months. Fight for the right to have red badge forever. I mean... like, all I'm saying is it's a good job that Bretland's not a content creator, because you'd have YouTube badge for every single milestone, which every single one would be red. It'd be like, congratulations, you just got your next badge. Red 4. Congrats. Never thought you'd make it this far, did you? Oh, goodness. She's not a bad tune at all, even without Mercer. I think she's got some, potential. Some potential. She's like, I think she's unmodded at the moment for me. Because I haven't really... I've only just got LB3, so yeah. Did you see the trailer for Borderlands movie? I know you're a fan. I have kind of seen stuff going on. I haven't seen the actual trailer. But I know that there is a movie coming. It's got an interesting cast. I will be honest, I think movies these days have been kind of killed by some weird stuff that's going on in, like, entertainment. I don't know what they're pushing some weird agenda. It's like they want everyone to hate their movies and hate their TV shows for some reason. But from what it looks like, the cast looks legit. Like, everything looks pretty decent. It doesn't look bad on face value. We'll have to see what it's like. The last Borderlands game did get a little bit questionable. The writing was like, yeah, it was a bit weird, but it was just is the way it is. Courage, Bretland. Courage. Could be worse. He could be lobbying for everyone to Barbie pink. I mean, what? I can't remember what is pink. A year? Pink badge hype used to be big, guys. I'm going honest. Pink badge hype was big at one point. The woke agenda. I mean, it isn't so much the woke agenda. I think it's just like. It seems like they're doing what they can to pee people off. You know? That's what it seems like from my perspective. It's almost like they're taking a page out of the book of, like, you know, mobile phone game developers. It's like they're doing their best to make everyone hate them. It's just like, why though? Just why? Just so many questionable antics. Very questionable. You know? But it is what it is. Movie of the year, Madam Web. I didn't even know that came out. You know? Apparently that's been out. I didn't even know that existed. But apparently it's horrendous. I don't know. There's just, I mean, I'm not going to get into the finer details of stuff, but it's just like, if any of this was done from a different perspective, i.e. from the opposite perspective that it is being done, it would be called out very quickly. And rightly so. But the way it's being done at the moment is, I don't know, it's just weird. It's just weird. I like new characters being created. I want to see a new character. You don't have to like change the gender, race, or anything like that of a character that's existed previously. It's just that's what I would call lazy. You know, that'd be called lazy. Be like, imagine they made a new Star Wars movie and it was a flashback to Luke Skywalker when he was younger, but they just decided, hey, we're gonna actually make Luke Skywalker a woman this time. It's like, why though? How does that even work? It doesn't even work. That doesn't make any sense. But they could do it. They could do it. You know, just like, you know. But yeah, it's just weird. I've got our son to play our game. Make sure you get him to sign up with your account, whatever you want to call it. Like, do the whole friend thing. Get you some free stuff. He gets some free stuff too. So, but yeah, they didn't promote it much. Apparently, it's just like a massive flop, like terrible. They say it didn't even bother. Like it had, like people were cancelling their pre-orders. They've never seen revenue drop. It was going into negative revenue off of pre-order tickets based on initial reviews. They've never seen it happen like that. Like they're going to do a Jack Sparrow. I mean, that I don't mind. I'll straight up say, I don't mind what they're doing. They're not calling the character Jack Sparrow. But where they're messing up, from what I'm understanding there, is they're basing the character on a real person. But the real person doesn't look anything like the person who's being cast as in that role. And it's just, I hate this stuff. I hate this stuff. You could just create a new character and call them a new name and have them be an original character, and it'll be absolutely fine. Why not? In the other game, I only got the 228k damage in the Valentine event thing. I mean, you're pretty new, Bretland, but you are pretty new. It was tough. It was tough. Hopefully you got some nice rewards from that. You would have missed out on some of the like slightly better stuff, but honestly, the gold reward, the top reward, only got you like shards of ancients and like a chat box visual, and it only works for you, not for other people. It's weird. Not an original idea in the last 7 to 8 years. Mainstream, good indie movies. I mean, you get some gems now and again, TV shows and stuff. Like I watched Reacher recently, 2 seasons of it. I found that quite entertaining. It's a distraction from reality. I wasn't getting reminded of BS in reality. It was just a distraction from it, and it was just good, you know. I watched Cyberpunk, same sort of deal. I've watched Cyberpunk like 5 times. I think Cyberpunk's great. Great. I'm not really into animated shows, but it's great. TWD spin-off, Those Who Live, premieres this weekend, AMC. Oh, okay, another one. Who's in that one? Is that... Because I know they did the Maggie and Negan one, and I think they did like a Daryl one. Is this Rick? I recently watched Reacher, the actor in it that played a better Reacher than Tom Cruise. I think it's hilarious, right? That I didn't even realize, this is how bad it was. I didn't even realize they were playing the same character, because I was like, when I realized, I was like, but they're nothing alike. Like, you've got one guy who is literally 5'6", right? And like, sure, he's probably pretty strong for his size, but then you've got another guy who's literally a tank. Like, they're completely different. And it's apparently that obviously the tank is a bit more accurate. And this is the funny bit. I didn't even know he was actually a character in another show I'd seen before. I didn't know he was a character in Blue Mountain State. He was called Chad or something in Blue Mountain State. I didn't know it was the same actor until my brother told me, and I was like, wait, what? And it's the same guy. It's exactly the same guy. I was just like, wow, I had no idea. I had absolutely no idea. It's hilarious. Rick Michonne. Okay, interesting. Interesting. That is interesting. I wonder what the other Walking Dead game's been doing. What's it called? The Walking Dead. Oh man, it's like Last Man Standing or something like that. No Man's Land. That's it. The Walking Dead No Man's Land, because it's AMC, so they can cover a lot of this stuff without any issues. So they potentially have been doing characters from those shows and stuff. I'd have to go check that out. I'm not really interested in playing it, but it'd be cool to see what they've been doing, you know? Reacher is great. Hope there's a season 3. I think there should be. Season 2 was massively hyped. Massively hyped. Like, I think, from what I understand, Season 2 of Reacher was more successful than The Lord of the Rings on Amazon. From what I understand, in terms of viewage. Which is crazy to think about, honestly. That The Lord of the Rings is getting less views. That is nuts. How has you still got AP? Riddle me this. Riddle me that. Uh-oh. How have you still got AP though? I need to AP drain you. No. Someone's got AP drain. There we go. He's one big bad dude. Alan Richardson. Is that the guy who plays the character? It's funny, I didn't actually know about the show really. I mean, I think I saw it advertised. I did see a clip on Reddit as well, not knowing it was the show. It was about food. When they sat down and had food in season 1. And I didn't think about watching the show. I saw it starting to get hyped, and then I saw that the actor talk on YouTube about how like his. I mean, I'm not really religious or anything like that, but you know, I respect other people who want to be religious, and he was talking about how like some people were calling into question his religious beliefs, because of the role he was playing, and he was saying like, you know, that he's acting a role, and sure, the role he's playing is effectively a terrible person when it comes to their moral code and stuff like this, but within entertainment, that is what it is. It's entertainment. It isn't reality. You know, it's just like the fact that you have to explain this to adults is nuts. You know, it's just like I don't get it. His arm's bigger than my waist. Probably not bigger than mine. Wish it was, but that'd be good. Well, I'm a big boy. What's up, Brad? Welcome to the stream. His arms are almost as big as mine. Yeah, you wish, Bretland. You wish. You wish, mate. Yeah, he's a big guy for sure. I did think season 1 was better than season 2, but it is the way it is. It is the way it is. Okay, we can auto this now. He's in Robin Hood, Batman, and Hulk Hogan. Oh, right, he is. I thought you were like, he's in those movies. I was like, he's in Robin Hood and Batman? Like, I was like, no way. I don't remember that. Oh, he is in Fast. Okay, I haven't watched too many of the Fast and Furious. I think 2 or 3 of the Fast and Furious movies was enough for me. I think the last one I saw was Tokyo Drift, and I was like, yeah, that's enough. I'm good. I did watch Fast and Furious 1 a lot though, like when I was younger, 30 times, 40 times, because I had it on DVD. I watched it a bunch. Okay, we've got all the pulls now. I'm just gonna finish these roadmaps. We'll do my stash pulls. He plays that in Blue Mountain State. Yeah. I've seen him in Blue Mountain State, but I didn't realize it was him until my brother drew attention, because it's such a different role. It's actually hilarious. But yeah, it's a good show. I mean, there are plenty of good shows out there. I have rewatched the first season of True Detective again, like 2 or 3 times in the last 6 months. I actually rewatched the entirety of The Wire as well recently. In the last like 3 months, I watched the entirety of The Wire again. Honestly, probably one of my favorite shows of all time. Like, it can be a bit slow at times, but I know what it's building up to and stuff, so I'm absolutely fine with it. And there's so many nice interactions in that show, which I missed, honestly. Like, I get a little bit extra every time I watch it, you know? What do you think of the new one? I haven't had a chance to watch it, but I liked their page on Facebook, so I'm seeing all these updates, and I'm like, no, I don't want to see it. But it looks like it even like hooks in on the first season, because it's using some of the same visuals. So I'll have to check it out. I did see season 2 of True Detective, and honestly, that was one of the first shows in my experience that had the old, like, the treatment. I'm gonna just call it the treatment, where they did a thing, and it was lame. And at the end I was just cringing. I was just like, oh god, did I have to watch this? Like, did I have to watch this? It just kind of spoiled it for me. It's okay, 6 to 7 out of 10. Okay. I mean, it's going to be extremely hard to beat the first season. The first season, just the actors alone made that first season amazing, but the actually storyline and everything was crazy good. What's the story in the news this week? The top streaming series are mostly old ones like Friends, etc. Yeah, pretty much. I'm not surprised, because there's not a lot of good stuff that comes out. A lot of it's remade, like Valiant was saying. Like, most stuff nowadays is either just remade stuff of what has come out in the past, or as Disney's been doing, is live action versions of the same thing. So they'll just make a live action of a previous animated film that they've done in the past, but completely butcher it. They're butchering a lot of their live actions from what I'm seeing. Did you ever watch Southland Cop Show? I don't think so. I don't think so. That one does not ring a bell. Suits. I've watched all the Suits a couple of times. I think it's decent. I think I'd say that's like a good 7 to 8. It has its moments where it's really good, but then it has its moments where it's not as good. But it's definitely good. Like, I definitely would recommend watching it. Especially the first couple of seasons is really, really good. Do you know there's a show that I've watched quite a few times and it got cancelled? And they cancelled it in such a way where they didn't let them finish the storyline. They just cancelled it after a season, and they didn't like give them a couple of episodes to just finish it, like wrap it up. But it was so good to me. The show was called Lie to Me, and it was about and it had, I think his name's Tim Roth in it, who has been in a lot of the movies by what's the dude's name? The guy who did like Reservoir Dogs and all those movies. He's been in a lot of those movies. You guys know who Tim Roth is, right? I think his name's Tim Roth. He was the guy. This is a spoiler alert for Reservoir Dogs. If you haven't seen Reservoir Dogs at this point, I don't know what to say, but like he's the guy who's the undercover cop in Reservoir Dogs. The human lie detector, indeed. It's actually a pretty entertaining show. Pretty entertaining show, but they cancelled it. I think it had 2 or 3 seasons. I thought it was pretty good. It's basically like a murder mystery. Well, not necessarily murder mystery, but it's just like a crime thriller show. You know, like he's effectively a detective, air quotes, but he just detects liars, and I just found it entertaining. Mentalist as well, another show that I watched. I thought that was pretty decent. Some of the seasons were a little bit worse than others, but you know, it is what it is. I rewatched it like in the last year, and I couldn't remember a lot of the stuff. Like I was like, oh, this seems new. I don't remember this happening. But yeah. Did you see Google AI Dora making the Pilgrims multicultural when you prompt it to do landing at Plymouth Rock with an American flag in the background? Like AI, if you prompt AI to do anything, it will do anything pretty much. I think that's it on the roadmaps. Should we do our pulls on the stash? I think I get 25, right? I've already done 25. I only get 20. Really? I thought I already had 20 and I was getting 5 more. Did that last one not give any? This might not have given any. Let me just check. Did this only give? Yeah, it did, didn't it? It only gave the. I mean, it is nice, but that's all it did give. Same with these ones. Did these ones down here give tokens? No, they just gave mythic tokens. Disappoint. Okay, I get 20 pulls anyway. I need Dwight. I need Richards. And I need these things. Collection items. Other than that, I don't need anything else. But I wouldn't mind any of the crates, be it the medals crate, the trainer crate here, or this trainer crate here. The rest is just whatever, pretty much. You can see what I've already got. Nothing really that great except the 2 crates at the top, which I think I got slightly better than the bottom. I think I got 5 or 3. I think in here I got 1. I can't remember. Anyway, we'll pull. We need Dwight and Richards, I'm pretty sure. So those are the only characters that I want to get. We'll see if we get any though. What's up, Tien? Welcome to the stream. Sorry about that, mate. I didn't see you pop in. Hey, we get the crate. Oops, I skipped my accent. We've got a silver at the end as well. So we get the trainer crate. I'll open that at the end as well. What's up, TK as well? Welcome to the stream. It's all based on human behavior and tells. Yeah. I think it's a pretty good, pretty good show. Hey, Tien, thank you very much. Welcome back to Tier 1. I do appreciate that, bruv. Thank you very much. A show I finished a while ago and really enjoyed is Boardwalk. I watched the first season and I couldn't get into it. I don't know why. This is going to sound really not nice because I actually really like him as an actor, but I can't remember his name. The guy who plays like the main character in Boardwalk Empire, right? I don't like him as the main character. I like him as a side character. But I don't like him as a main character. I don't know why. I feel bad because he seems to be a nice guy. Steve Buscemi. I think he plays a really good side character. But I don't like him as the main dude. I'm not going to put it all on him. I think the show as a whole, it just didn't fit with me. I watched the first season though. I thought it was pretty good. TN, you must have watched Cyberpunk Edge Runners, right? Surely you're a Cyberpunk Edge Runners enjoyer. Surely. Everyone loves Yellowstone. I feel like it's Sopranos of the West. Is Yellowstone the one with what's the actor's name? Kevin. Is it Kevin? I can't remember his name. You have not watched Cyberpunk, Tia? Do you not watch animated stuff? I haven't played the games, but Cyberpunk was just wow for me. Kevin Costner, that's it. Yeah. I liked Arcane better. I haven't finished Arcane. I couldn't finish that either. I'd probably rewatch it from the start. I liked the beginning, and then it kind of veered off in a direction I didn't like. And it like sometimes I just lose interest. Honestly, I don't continue watching things if I'm not enjoying it. Like, but I enjoyed it enough to rewatch it at the beginning and give it another chance. You know. What's the other show? The one that's on Amazon, that is like Arcane sort of, but it's more D&D based. It's based on a D&D game. It's based on D&D by Critical Role. Oh, I've watched the 2 seasons of that. That is really good. Second season was actually better than the first, in my opinion. Watching 3 shows at the moment. Well, I will say this for Cyberpunk. Anyone who thinks about watching Cyberpunk, it's only 10 episodes and they're 20 minutes an episode. So you can literally get through it in like 3.5 hours. You know, if you want to watch something over the course of a weekend, you'll get through it. I've watched it over the course of a weekend like 5 or 6 times now. In total. Just because it is something that I can just chill out to and have on the side and watch and listen to and stuff. I like playing games while I've got something that I'm used to seeing on the side, you know? I might just... Exactly, it's not very long. It's like just slightly longer than the movie. Mr. and Mrs. Smith, Amazon series, isn't like the movie. Is that the one with... Is it Daryl Glover? I know it's not Danny Glover. I think it's not Daryl, is it? Because anytime I always mix anyone up who's called Glover with Danny Glover. He's the OG. He's the OG. Okay, we're going to do another 5 pulls. We'll do another 5. Give me a character that I need. Don't need. Boo. That's going to be a Gil bit. Donald Glover. Yeah, that's it. I need to remember that Donald Glover, it's got the same name as Donald Faison. That's what I need to get in my head. That's how I remember. I think it's Donald Faison plays Turk in Scrubs, a show I really liked as well. I've never seen her before. I've never seen her. Come on, I need a Dwight and a Richards. Boo. These medals amounts are pointless. Absolutely pointless. Okay, last 5 pulls. I need a Dwight or a Richards or some of these cards. I think just 100 of these cards would be enough. I think. Dwight Richards cards. Or crate. Dwight Richards cards crate. Cards. Okay, we got some cards. Honestly, I got trash. This is why I don't like... this is why I don't like one stash. Because if I'm a developer, right, I want to make sure that free-to-play are going to get specific rewards that I know they're going to get because I know I want to get them a leg up in a certain way, right? This is RNG rewards for free-to-play. So they could get all the best stuff and then they get a great leg up, or they could get nothing. And I pretty much got nothing except like I got 3 of the crates, which is RNG in itself. That's it. And I got a Duke character, and that's it. I'm not sure. I might have got enough though. Let's see. Green market, because I might be able to pick up the weapon. 20 shot. We will be able to get it before the end of the event, but I can't pick it up right now. But I'll pick up the weapon. Seems interesting. Seems interesting, you know. It is a fast attacks weapon. Seems decent to have as a weapon option. Barry on HBO. Is Barry like the assassin show? Now, I haven't ever had HBO. What's up, Robert? Welcome to the stream. Reminds me of the movie Brazil. Can't miss the beginning or you won't get the premise. I don't think I've seen that. Rosita Glock is the best thing in the stash. I've got one already, so I wasn't too bothered about the Glock. It has 4 seasons in total. Last season I don't like as much, but 1 to 3 is amazing. Have 45 choice tokens now of gold dupes. How many have I got? Well, these 5 are actually new to me. Because I don't have Hina and I don't have Raiden. So there's some new stuff there for me, which is cool. Which is QQ. Oh, there's some rewards I didn't open. This is one of the RNG crates. That doesn't feel like it's the lowest, but not by much. Not by much. I have got some raid rewards. We won't open these because I think it will like overflow my stuff. We'll open some mods. I won't open the paragons. We'll just open everything but the paragons at the moment and I'll come back to them. I might only have like 2. Yeah, I only have 2. I got the second one today from the current raid tournament. Okay. 14, 19, 29, 39, 49, 51, 56, 59, 64. But this one, I need these 2 characters. So this one doesn't count. So it's 59. Because every other crate has got... Oh, no, actually, no, it's not. This one I need as well. Every other crate is dupes. Every single other one. And I don't have, like, anything. I wish they would give you the option to get 10,000 gold mythic tokens from those. That doesn't seem too crazy. You know? In my opinion, but yeah. I managed to get Ellen LB3. Very nice. Very nice. Oops. Oh, I'm going to miss out on this Megan's demo. Nema. He's a hitman that wants to become an actor. Okay, interesting. A funny silly one, not new, was that Jean-Claude Van Damme one where he's himself an undercover agent actor. Yeah, I think I saw something about that. Also, there was one with Schwarzenegger kind of in the same sort of thing. Have you tried out Ellen with Akira? Quite fun. Quite fun. You just need to have decent amounts of control to stop the entire defense team going to Outlast and doing problematic things. The first mounted cavalry tune. I mean, if we're not going to get Mackenzie on the horse, then I doubt we're going to get a horse character, sadly. It's sad. It's sad. But probably the way it's going to go. Okay. Now we've got those 2 mods. Let me do them. I did use Ellen with Akira on my main team. Now it's great. Nice. Very, very nice. I didn't use too many 1535, so he was still doing over 100k burn. So it was like, okay, nice. Or like maybe it was like 80k burn, but still, 80k burn is generally good enough. Okay, we're gonna do these 2 mods. Hey, that's alright. I don't think that was a guaranteed mods. It says random Paragon, so I think it's just I got RNG. That's nice. Hey, you know what? Thank you. Thank you. Thank you, One-Eyed Willy. Sorry. Oh, goodness. Mackenzie was a good 2 in S class. She was also a good... Wasn't she a good 6-star? Her 6-star was the one that... I think she had the first signature move Revive. Revive one teammate at 35% of max HP. I think she was the first person to have a signature move Revive. Or an active skill, I think it was called then, yeah. So yeah, and I think Mackenzie was basically... Wasn't she Vance? Right? Revive up to 2 teammates, Outlast, but didn't go into Halo. But she was basically Vance. Yeah, she was a League's character. It's kind of was surprising, honestly. She was one of the strongest League's characters. I think she was very late in the era, but still. Being on a horse. I mean, she is a... Did I get it right? It's equestrian, right? She's got the equestrian gear on. She has the helmet that she's got on here on her backpack. On the new version that I previewed earlier. Pizza Boy Glenn is annoying. How do you deal with him? I one-shot him with Zachary, but that's going to start... Oh, actually, it's not. It's not going to be a problem. There's this new weapon, guys. Have you seen the new promo weapon? I can jump onto the blog and just look at this new weapon. I think this is like the new $200 weapon. Let me just I think there's a couple of things actually that I can show. Got 2 things. Okay, the first thing is blood bottle bloodbath. I think this is the weapon. Let me just double check. It is the weapon indeed. Okay. And the other one is the saviors thing. Okay, let me jump across. Okay, so this is the bottle bloodbath event, and I'm guessing it's $200. You get this weapon. Let me just quickly check. If it's 200, it's $200. That's generally $200. Collect 200 wine bottles or bottles of wine, and then you get Danny's trick shot pistol. You get other stuff too. Loads of ultra tokens. See, this is the oversource of ultra tokens that they're doing. But it is what it is. So this is the weapon. And it has 40% attack, 40% HP, disarm when hit, when being attacked, 60% chance to disarm the enemy for 2 turns. And then the last slot has superior rush reduction, reduce all rush damage this fighter takes by 75%. I was thinking like you just use this on Glenn and he becomes invincible. But he does have one small thing that you have an issue with, which is true damage signature moves. You know, deal damage with signature moves. So still Zachary's still going to be a problem. And so is Zhang and Locke and Pizza Boy Glenn as well, because he obviously does main damage. So there's still some ways to do it because they're all 6. But I actually had an issue. I came up against the Glenn, and I don't know how it happened, but he went into the absolute defense mode because he can absolute defense your damage if he gets into a certain scenario. And because he absolute defenses you, you can't do any damage. This is the thing, you can't do any damage to him, right? With basic attacks, basically the entire Lone Wolves team. And because you can't do any damage, you can't crit. And because you can't crit, you can't normalize. So when you can't normalize, you can't one-shot him with Zachary. So what I had to rely on was eventually like doing multi-attacks with Wanderer to get Hemorrhage on him to make Hemorrhage proc his specialist skill, then I could do it with Zachary. It was annoying. It was annoying. That's the first time he's been an issue with me, and it was funny because I think he was an unleveled version, like he was just like a tiers 5 or something. I was just like, okay, I've come up against them in war and I've just destroyed them very quickly, so it's very weird. Very weird. But yeah. Alright, so that's that. It's another $200 weapon. Which is like, it is crazy, but you know, it is what it is. And then we have this, which is the same thing we've had previously. And it looks like if you do pulls for the new Ultra character, you can get Saviors from Hell tokens. I'm not sure if you have to spend to get them. You get some from Basic and then more from Elite. So let's see how many you can get from Basic. 90. If it's not enough to get a character, that would be a bit of a slap in the face. We'll see. Zachary is 300, and you can get maximum 3. Even Ghost is 300. Like, personally, when people ask for reruns of these characters, I don't think this is the reruns they were looking for. And I think, you know, the reason they're not rerunning them with tokens is because they've been oversourcing them, so they've kind of shot themselves in the foot a little bit when it comes to this stuff. But you know, it is what it is. Unhinged Morgan, Philip Blake, Forsaken Michonne, Officer Negan, Rebellious Princess, Rick Grimes, like OG Rick Grimes. Are they literally not going to give someone anything for 90? They're not giving anything for 90. No. They're making people have that is shameless. Surely I've miscalculated. I have. Okay, I've miscalculated. They're giving you 100. That would have been horrendous. Like, part of me was not surprised though. That's how bad it is. I was not surprised. So you can get OG Rick Grimes, Casanova Davey, Lucas, or mods. And it looks like, oh, it's a choice mod. HP set Paragon mod choice box. I guess we'll have to see what mods are in the choice box. I might go for a copy of Lucas if I do some pulls here. How many pulls do you have to do? 6? 4? Oh no, 5 times. 5 pulls gets you 100. So 5 pulls guarantees you a character in the 100 tier. So if you need like a copy of Lucas, could be worth going for. Or if one of the mods looks really juicy for you, could be worth going for. And who knows, you could get lucky. The character themselves, Wayland, it looks okay. But it's weird because he's built for being part of a fast attack team. And then literally the next day they bring out Mackenzie who counters him before he's been released. It's really odd. Really, really odd. I mean, I know there's 3 defense teams, but it's just a strange situation. Very strange. Very strange. Some still pull all Mackenzies as cheesy defense in territories, yeah. You see the odd Mercer defense team when I swap around in raids as well. It's just like, oh, come on, man. It's trash that they call these events reruns. I agree. The reason they do it this way is because the people who are likely to try and get these characters are whales, but whales have massive amounts of tokens. They have loads of tokens because whales also get these offers where there's, you know, 6 pulls in this Cupid event, which is another weapon. You know, another $200 weapon. You know? And then there's another 6 pulls advanced here, 6 pulls advanced here. And these are $100 weapons.
Sounds good.
Now, it reruns, but a lot of people will go for them. Hey, Moon. Thank you much, brother. I'll be with you in 1 sec. And I think we've got another one. Oh, no, we've got another one just starting, this new one. So it'll be another 6 pulls for everybody. So Wales have just got, like, these tokens in abundance. Plus mods are pretty useless for them now. They've got so many Paragon mods. You know? What are these crazy? Just more Paragon mods. Just more Paragon mods. But what's up, Moon? 51 months. 51 months. They don't carry over. Oh, you mean the hell tokens? Yeah. Yeah. I assume they wouldn't, but yeah. If I do any pulls, I will probably pick up Lucas, but I'm not 100% certain I'm going to pull for Wayland's. The whales already have all the characters. They don't need to do this. Yeah, I mean, it is true. It is true. But some people do actually skip the characters because they don't think they're good. Like, I think some people did actually skip Blake because, honestly, Blake is not great. But he is okay as the leader of that group. Right? So, like, Wales might have skipped him because he just didn't look that good. They hadn't seen Wonder or either in Ghost at that point. So there are going to be some Wales who need this character. You know, they may have picked up Michonne and gone, hey, I don't need this character for Michonne. I've got Maggie. And then any other character that comes out, I still got Maggie. Who cares? But he actually works pretty well as a leader for them. As average a character as he is overall, honestly. But other than that, you're pretty correct. Most Wales just pick up the characters that are good off the bat. I think this is something that has been historically a big problem with Scopely for the last like 5-6 years, where a lot of the heavy whale like rerun stuff seems to be aimed at a very niche group of whales, which is the whales that are new. Not veteran whales, because they've already got the characters like you said. Not free to play, because they're not going to spend. It's this very small group of players, like I'm talking like less than 5% of the player base, surely, like probably less. Like it's going to be like 0.5% of the player base. Or someone who just like didn't pick up the character at the time. These can't be very like amazing to pull for. Sorry, these can't be amazing performance-wise. You know? They can't be amazing. I have 6 Even Ghosts. You should combine 5 of them to make 1. I get what you're saying, but yeah. But nice flex. You want to see a flex? Now that's a flex. Can't they work together? I mean, if they did, my alpha would be legit. Legit. I wasn't actually expecting this many. I thought I had like 5 extra. But there you go. An extra 12 slasher alphas. And what I think I've got another one that's crazy. What's the other one? What's his name? Hunt? What's the tough character's name? I can't remember. Tough damage roll? Harrison. Man, what was going through my head? I'm pretty sure I haven't pulled any extra at this guy. This was legitimately from his wheel. Because I got a 5 times on the last pull. So I might have pulled like 1 extra of him. Or 2 extra of him. I'm not sure. It was rough. This was rough. I don't have a single alpha. What, this one? I'm gonna start singing a Jay-Z song in a second. I got 99 problems, but alpha's not one. Hey, what's up, Logan? Welcome to the stream. Thanks for tuning in. I didn't actually think I had this many. I thought I had like 4 or 5 extra. This is ridiculous. But this is how many times she's been rerun. There was a pull. I'd have to go back and check. I pulled 4 alphas when she was a return character on someone's wheel. To do that, when they were, I think at the time, 4% rate, is crazy. It's like crazy to do that. Lord Bradley, 54 months. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. You're 6 months away from a badge that doesn't exist yet. So hopefully they invent a new badge for you and anyone who's behind you. Because right now, they haven't invented the 60-month badge yet. I'm not sure what color we're going to make it when they do invent it. Might have to email them and go, you know what? I've got some people here in 60 months soon. Sort yourself out. Sort it out. Sort it out. Otherwise, you're going to be blue for forever. And that is honestly Bretland's worst nightmare. Because blue is the opposite of red in most derbies in football. Actually, it's actually kind of hilarious. But yeah, what's up, Bashan? Welcome to the stream. Thanks for tuning in, Ben. I hope you're doing well. Okay, what else we got to do? We got a romance to do. Talent, gear hunt, medal, passion, trait. Done trait. I've done it all. Completed it all. Completed the game. Got some raid energy, I guess. And then I've got my SR, that stuff that I can do. I guess. I should have done him, probably. Look at all that nasty stuffs that I've got. The nasty stuffs. Daisies for days. Daisies for days. Mooney's close. Yeah, 51 months. He is indeed. I was like, how did that happen? But now I see. Days for days. Now I see. Who even did daze me? Oh, the leader. That's right. The stinky leader. We need to not get taunted. Should be a good way to do things. I don't think he's going to come back and do his sig. Good. The word of the day is good. Good. Although we don't have any AP drain on anybody. Why have I not got AP drain on this guy? Why is he missing a mod? What mod is he missing? Wild card. I think I must have remodded someone for something. Can't remember what. Cannot remember what. I'm just taking him out by accident. Can't be helped. We surely crosshair him though, right? Surely. Surely we did the crosshairs. I need to not kill him. Oh, never mind. Never mind. At this point, I think it would have been better to just hit auto. At this point, feels better if I would have hit auto. Oh, you absolute defended me. Has she even got an absolute defense weapon? Like, how did she actually defend me? I'm baffled. Okay, let me mod this guy. I might have some of these characters with like an extra mod because I think I did like a test on certain characters. I might go for AP drain and then just move the resist to the actual slot. Is it only that percentage? That's terrible. I might go for AP drain here. Have I got an AP drain? Big one. Beak. Beak. Okay, we kind of have that's minus 60. See, it's good on him. A little bit more control potential. She modded. She's modded. I've got no idea about him. Yeah. And what's his days? Because days resist still a problem for me. Still, to this day. To this day. To this day. Why is Danny not listed in the monument? I think they're just behind on a lot of characters in the monument. I think the way they've decided to do it is if the character is currently on release, they don't put them in the monument on purpose. So to look at them, you have to go in here. Okay, Danny's not in here anymore. So I think he just left here, so they're probably going to add him to the monument in the next like 48 hours, although it has been a while. It has been a while. Monument has not been updated for a little while. No, don't actually defend me. Oh, okay, she didn't. Remember when there was too much to do? I think the amount that we have to do is okay. It's just a lot of the stuff we have to do isn't worth doing for a lot of people. So, for instance, people just don't even do like faction assault. He cleanses his own thing, doesn't he? Hit being attacked, 60% chance. Oh no, that isn't the cleanse one. So he should be normalized, right? Because I did just crit him. AP went here. Attacked. Prove attack down. Why is he not normalized? I don't understand why he wasn't normalized. See you later, AP. Clem leader. Alright, the resistance to debilitating. Okay. Yeah, forget about that, don't you? 10% chance to proc. Great. Great. I think they should have made it 40% chance, just because 10%, like it's just. I personally would have made that 40% chance. So control role characters just bypass it, because 10% RNG is trash. Honestly, it's just bad. It's just bad. 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 I have actually been counting by accident here. I hate this team. I hate this team. We didn't steal Halo. What did we steal? Defense buff. We stole a Halo, probably his. Hopefully. We're not going to be doing enough damage. But we did actually make him rush, which is good because his signature move, I hate it. I hates it. I can't remember what his rush does. I don't think it does anything. He's going to do a signature move anyway. Don't think I'm going to do enough damage. Yeah, we're just going to auto. Why is he not rushing though? Wonder I just didn't want to rush. Basic attacks for days. Do some raids. Yeah, this is raids. I hate turn 2 on this team. It's the most underwhelming thing ever, turn 2 with the Lone Wolves team. It's so underwhelming. So underwhelming. Because it's just the entire team just doing basic attacks. Basically. Very underwhelming turn 2 for sure. Let's see if this works. Yeah, apparently didn't work. He's going to heal 100% of his max HP, no doubt. Oh, he didn't. Good. Good. Some heal reduction. And you are crosshead and dead. Good. 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 Okay, one second. I'm just going to get a drink. Okay, I'm here. I'm back. Okay, that's it. That's enough. 20k points ish. Ish. Nope, that isn't what I want to do. I'm talking about Awaken roadmaps. Yeah. The Awaken roadmaps was just terrible. Just too much. For sure. But there's a lot of content you can do in the game, and it'll take you a lot of time to do it. You know, doing your daily SR, doing your raids. I mean, you need to get 16k points in raid tournament. That'll still take you an hour. But there's plenty of stuff to do today, for sure. The last thing we need is constant roadmaps again. Like, Awakening as a whole was a pretty decent feature. I think there was a lot of positive feedback on the initial announcement of Awakenings. There was some negative. There were people who didn't understand that it wasn't like a next tier character they can get their head around that side of things, but you know, that is what it is. I think after a while they realised, you know, Herschel's not a next tier character, so I think they came to their senses eventually. But the acquisition was bad. Like, the process of awakening the character was terrible. So, you know, idea good, thing good when it actually came into the game, but process bad. You know? I think Scopely had this weird idea that making something extremely heavy grind means that it will increase engagement. That isn't how engagement works. That isn't how engagement works. It'll make the requirement heavy engagement, and that means if you don't heavy engage, you won't acquire the thing, and that means that some people will just not do it, and that is not engagement. That's the opposite, right? That's disengagement. I actually put forward in PC an event that happened in another game, Valentine's event. Really good event. Cleared out the free-to-play market. They didn't even sell the market items, you know, like the collectibles that you got in the event. And all you had to do every day was take 5 minutes, less than 5 minutes, to do a daily attack. And then as long as you hit a certain score, you got the max reward. Now, if you didn't hit the max reward, you could attack again for free, unlimited amount of times, to try and hit the max reward. I think the score you needed to get was 50,000 million. But 50,000,000. So I think it's like 50 million, basically. But if you're a veteran in that game, you could do that quite easily. I was getting like 200 million without too much of a problem with that, having a proper team in there. But if you're new, it would be more of a struggle. But it still only took 5 minutes a day. And a lot of people engaged in that, got good rewards. I think that's how you engage people. And everybody, if you go over to that game and look at the content creators' chats in those games, everyone sings the praises of that game. Developers listen to the players and change things based on what the players have complained about. Scopely, on the other hand, everyone complains about there being crazy amounts of roadmaps. So they decide to make Awakening a crazy amount of roadmaps. If they add a new feature, which is again a crazy amount of roadmaps, it's just obvious they're not listening at all to players. Just at all. I think most people, like, what I want is one stage where I have to face this, like, human team that is hard. Just one stage. Human and world energy. Maybe 3 stages max. And make it like the same team, but it slightly gets harder. You know? I think whoever designed Conquest was really, really smart. Because it was so finely balanced in terms of what you had to do per day. You had to do 15 stages, but of those 15 stages, 12 or 13 were always walkers. So you just pressed auto and just got through them. Didn't have to, like, it wasn't intense. You know, it wasn't even like difficult walkers. It was just lots of walkers, and you built a walker team and you were fine. Then there were like the human teams that weren't boss teams, and generally speaking, I had like a standard team to get through those. I used Zachary and I got through it every time. The boss teams you did have to build specific ways, generally speaking. I used the same team every time, maybe with 1 or 2 minor tweaks. This was really well built in terms of how much you had to commit time-wise to complete it. I think this took like 20 minutes a day, maybe 15 minutes a day. You know? But the rewards weren't too bad. The rewards weren't too bad. So it seemed worth it as well for the rewards. It also made your levels progress, so it felt good that way as well. They did quite well on Conquest, the initial conquests. They did obviously bug the drop rate of the rings. So like, I'm sitting on 50k rings, and I already sold 50,000 of them. But yeah, that guy was long since fired. I don't think they fired anyone from Scopely, from my understanding. They've moved on, but you know, I knew a lot of the people who worked at Scopely before, and they moved on to different roles in different companies. You know, Scopely, like how we make the monies though. Yeah, that's the thing. Like, engagement is a metric that is important to keep players around. Keeping players in your game is very important. It's called player retention, you know? If you don't retain your players, and that is from top down, not just spenders. You have to retain free-to-plays, right? Because if you don't have free-to-plays, then spenders don't have the people to beat up on. And that's generally how it works in gacha games. You want to feel superior as a spender. It's always the thing. You want something that someone else doesn't have, plus you want to feel superior. You want to feel stronger than the other person. So you buy stronger characters so you can beat them easier. That's your success. Right? If there's less of those free-to-play players around, it's problematic. That's why those Warrior Champions always felt kind of weird how they did things, because the regional stuff, everyone thought they were the king, right? Everyone thought they were the king of their region. They thought they were the best. It was always up in the air. You know, it was a question. It's like comparing sports players of different eras. Sure, in some cases you know that someone's the greatest of all time. Like, you know, Michael Jordan in basketball, generally unquestionably the greatest basketball player of all time. However, when it comes to other players, you could argue, because they played in different eras, it's hard to really compare them, you know, against each other. Same can be said in like football or soccer, you know. And that's how it was in RTS until they made Warrior Champions, and then all these kings of their region realized they were actually not very good. And it was, you know, the spending which pushed them over the top. That's why it was, like I said, it was a little bit strange that Warrior Champions was even a thing, but it is what it is. That's why you have like a lot of people retire after Warrior Champions, because they come to realize actually, like, I'm dog warrior in this game, and I spend all this money, sort of thing. And it's just like, yeah. At least that's how it was originally. A lot of people used to retire after Warrior Champions because of that. I'm gonna go to bed. Hope you'll have a good rest of your day, night. Good night, TM. Thanks for tuning in. Thanks again for hitting the rejoin button. I do appreciate that, man. And if you do watch Cyberpunk, hit me up. Tell me what you think. It's like, shut your mouth and take this from me. I mean, that's what I mean. I don't mind doing stages, but just not endless amount of stages just for the sake of it. And that's what Awakening was. It was just literally for the sake of it. It was just to make it so mind-numbingly, deliriously terrible that they wanted you to just go, screw it, and go to the offer section and buy a $20 offer. Not realizing that there's a massive amount of players that will never buy an offer, but they will stop playing your game. And a lot of those players have, honestly. In the last 6 months, just Awakening alone in that system and the way they've done stuff, events, and they've made it way too grindy. The amount of players playing this game has massively dropped. And that's just from decision making on... It's just crazy to think that the way you've designed your roadmaps has made people stop playing the game. Imagine that. It's the most dumbest thing you could even think of, but that is the case. It is actually the case. And then most of the time, the person who's making the decision probably hasn't even played RTS. Again, that's another really weird thing. It's the way. Just finished scrubbing and seasoning my cast iron skillet. Sounds like you're having fun, mate. Loads of fun. Next up, moon cooking tutorials. If you want to become a successful YouTuber with cooking, just make a video on food prep. Those videos seem to do very well. I've watched a couple of channels, and then suddenly they have a meal prep video, and it pops off. It gets like 2 million views, and the rest of their videos have like 50k views, and then suddenly they do loads of meal prep videos because it just seems to be very successful. Hey, what's up, Daylight? Welcome to the stream. I am making Cajun mac and cheese. Yeah, you talk about that one quite a lot. I love it when there's like a couple of them that get taken out at the same time and they have different noises, but it combines into one like big noise. It's great. Sounds like it sounds like you know, like I don't know what you want to call it, martial arts movie. Like Bruce Lee. Haven't made it in 2 months. That's surprising, honestly. I am surprised. I am surprised. Did we do daily SR? I've been periodically doing daily SR just to try and get up. Where are we at the moment? Have we ever progressed? Like, I know we have progressed, but like, what are we at? 443. What's the top? 500. We're not bad. I think I was at like 300 and something when I first started to decide, hey, I want to try and get there. Because that's one of the few things I haven't like done in the game. To get to 500 SR daily. Just for the sake of it, you know. I legit ate it for like 2 weeks straight and said, okay, I'm good for never. Yeah, I feel that. I feel that. I do feel that. Like, I had to make this dish. I didn't have to, but I wanted to make a dish when I went to my parents at Christmas. And it's a dish that I learned from a YouTube channel, actually, called Sip and Feast, right? And what you have to do to make this pasta, and the reason I made this pasta was because my dad doesn't like overly cheesy stuff, and he also doesn't like creamy sauces, and that rules out a lot in pasta except like a bolognese, and I didn't want to make a bolognese. So what I did was I made this pasta, and the sauce was like, I don't know how many pounds was it, 3 pounds or 2 pounds? I think it was 2.5 pounds of cherry tomatoes, right? Cooked in like a big frying pan in butter, just slow cooked until it literally just falls apart. It absolutely, it reduces down to just a paste, and then you just season it, and it's pretty much as simple as that. It just tastes so nice because cherry tomato is obviously sweet, and it comes out really, really nice. It takes about 45 minutes to cook it properly. I had to make that 4 or 5 times before Christmas in the month running up to Christmas. So like I was making it at least every week, but I had it twice a week, and I don't like to have the same stuff too often. And because I cook large amounts, I obviously cook like 3 meals worth. So like I had it like that evening, the next lunch, and either the evening meal or like 3 lunches in a row or something. So by the end of it, I'd eaten it maybe 15 times in the course of a month. So I haven't cooked it since, but it is actually really nice. So I'm thinking about maybe making it again, you know. I'm up to C612. C612. Oh, I was like, Conquest 6. Okay. Conquest 612. Okay, yeah. I was like, yeah. So you're closing in. You're nearly on the last page. Oh no, you're not even on the third. Okay, you're on the first page still. I mean, you're on the last conquest. That's an achievement, man. I'm proud of you. Like, honestly, you doing conquest right now, it's air quotes pointless, but just getting it done is getting it done. I think you're probably doing conquest for the same reason I'm doing daily SR, just to kind of complete it. I'm determined to get this done. I've got 58 more runs that I need to do. Determined. I finally won an SR. Nice. Yeah, I think I've won everything now. I've won raids. I've won level ups quite a few times. I've won a couple of SRs. I've won All Out War, Blitz War, Cross Region War. So I've won all the war types. It's just SRs lagging behind. I think I've won all the challenge runs. Pretty sure. I think I've got zeros on like fast and alert for sure. There's not much else. I did actually win a Hordes tournament as well. Now that's a flex because there wasn't too many of those. That is a flex. I don't think we ever won, like the factions I was in ever won an onslaught though. I've lost everything at one point. I mean, I've also not. I've lost more than I've won, obviously, because I've been in a lot of tournaments and obviously like only won a handful. But yeah. But yeah. Oh boy, something happened yesterday, right? I went to my bed and I was just lying down. I thought, you know, I'm just gonna have a little bit of a lay down, just chill on my tablet. And this was in like the afternoon, like 5 p.m. I had my light turned off. I was maybe gonna get like a little nap in. And as I'm lying there, you know, you're lying on your side watching your device. I hear something come up to my ear, you know, like a flying thing, because I'm hearing bzzz, yeah. And I was like, you know, you just slap yourself in the head when that happens because you just want to stop it from being near you. So I obviously jumped up, turned on the light, and I'm scanning the walls because mosquitoes are stupid. I've got white walls. They stand out like a sore thumb, and I saw it, and it was huge. And I'm like, how did it get in? How did it find me? Because I'm like 3 doors behind my like entrance to my house. And how is it that big? Like, how is it that big? It was the size of my thumb, you know? And I made very short work of it. And apparently it was brand new because it didn't have any, you know, blood in its system. But it was massive. And I'm like, it's already that season. So my next Amazon order, I've already loaded up some Indian tonic water because that seems to do the trick. I don't know why. I mean, I know why, but that seems to always do the trick for me because it's got what's it got in it? It's got something in it, and it's got an anti-malarial in it, but mosquitoes actually actively hate it. They don't. They never bite me if I drink this stuff. It was telling you we've been trying to contact you about your car's extended warranty. Yeah, I think it actually wanted to eat me. That's how they roll, unfortunately. My phone was broken for like 3 months, plus work's been mad. Just got a new phone this week, so I got some stuff coming in. There we go. Happy days. But Horse was fun, mad fun, so I'd buy cans, yeah. Rest in peace, Walker Hordes, man. Rest in peace, Walker Hordes. The most fun game mode that RTS has ever had. It only did it, I don't even know if it did it 10 times. And it has been retired at the unhealthy age of 8. You know? Quinine, that's the one. What's up, Steve? But yeah. They never bite me when I've got that. If I've drunk that in the last like 3 days, they don't touch me. And honestly, it seems to last longer than 3 days. I down a whole bottle of that. I might even have some downstairs, so I might drink one today. Don't use any tunes newer than Rudolph Shearer for OG version of Conquest versus hitting auto, which is all Conquest is now. Yeah, I don't think Moon is trying to take this old school. Moon is 100% rocking Lone Wolves. He's just literally Lone Wolves running Conquest. Finally gonna make that Lone Wolves team build video. Yeah. Moon face revile. Yeah, it is pretty vile, I'm not gonna lie. It is pretty mad. He's like an upside. He looks like an upside down troll doll. Oh goodness. You still remember that version I did? That was so good. I don't care. My photo shots, like my quick photo shots, are just so on point sometimes. But when I get this idea, I'm just like, yo, I've got to do this straight away. Boom, in Photoshop. Just like trying the hell out of somebody. I've done it a couple of times. Like my mate posted his picture of his newborn baby and him on Facebook, right? And it's someone who I hadn't spoken to for quite a long time. But I randomly was like, yo, I've got to do this. And I just switched their faces of the baby and him. So you had this grown man with a baby's face and this newborn baby with a grown man's face. And I literally just messaged him on Facebook and I said, randomly got inspired to make this. Hopefully you don't take it negatively, but here you go. And then he said, oh my god, that's hilarious. Like, me and my missus are laughing our asses off at this. And that actually got me to reconnect with the dude. I hadn't spoken to him for quite a while, so that was actually kind of funny, but it's just like, imagine getting messaged by someone that you haven't spoken to for like 4 or 5 years. You just have a newborn baby and then they message you with like a face swap of your kid with your face. It's just so random. But that's me. That's me. That's how I roll. Not gonna lie, you should find and drop that with no explanation in your Discord. Just highlight you. I don't know where it is. It might be in our message history. I'll have to go back and look. It was on Discord that I messaged you that, right? Because I've changed PCs. Discord can be weird. Like, it's meant to keep message history, but I'm not really sure if it does. It can be kind of weird. But I'm not. I think it was on Discord that I messaged you. But yeah. Okay. I don't think there's any war this weekend. Let me double check the calendar. What's happening this weekend? There is no war. Let me check the week's calendar. We have just a solo level up. Firecracker Fury and Inflated Passion. Okay. Okay. So yeah, no event this weekend. So I have to figure out some content to release. I have messaged Scopely to see if there's any new teasers that I can do. We'll see if I can maybe bring it out this weekend if I can get the pictures this before then, you know. the next batch of characters, because there's a new event character that's on the horizon. So it'd be nice to do a little tease of the event character, you know? It's always fun. So I might do that, try and do that this weekend, because the weekend after is War, and then that's almost terrible to release any sort of teasers information in that weekend. So I messaged Scopely already about it last couple of days, and tomorrow I'm gonna just message again for clarification. You know, we'll see, guys. Some potentially really fun looking characters, honestly. One in particular, I'm gonna see if I'm allowed to reveal. I'm not gonna say which one it is right now, but one in particular I came up with the idea of, because I speak to some people at Scopely about character creation and stuff, and I was like, oh, you should do this. And I don't know what they look like, but yeah. Bring back Walker weekends. Wasn't that like kill 3,000 walkers in a weekend or something? It's like, yeah. As a faction, I guess that isn't terrible, to be honest, but yeah, it is what it is. But I think I'm going to wrap my stream up, guys. It has been fun. There are 2 new preview videos on my channel. There is one of Wayland. He comes out tonight. And there is one of Mackenzie, who comes out tomorrow. I guess I'm going to do a video on Mackenzie tomorrow, just going over her event, because she's part of a premium event. I've got no idea how accessible that event is going to be. Hopefully I'm going to be awake and available to go over it. We shall see. I need to go to bed tonight and not stay up, but I've been staying up, unfortunately. We'll see, guys. I'm tired now, but if I went to bed right now, I'm not getting to sleep. I know it. I know it. Big thanks to some new members or rejoining members today, and obviously some milestones as well. We did have a donation from Valiant as well earlier on in the stream. Big thank you very much, and I hope you guys have a great rest of your day, a good weekend. My next live stream will hopefully be Monday, and we'll do a couple of giveaways on Monday. I think we've got 2 giveaways to end. I'm not 100% certain there. So if you haven't entered any giveaways on those character preview videos, now's your chance to go do that. Thank you very much for the likes on the stream. I do appreciate it. Take care. Like I say, have a good weekend. And as always, keep on surviving, guys. Keep on surviving. Goodbye, goodbye, guys. Goodbye, goodbye.